All right, welcome back to the Natty News Daily podcast. I am here with Mr. Daimian Dawson, who, as I mentioned before, is making a little bit of a splash lately, but he's been in this game for a good bit of time. So, Daimian, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me, man.
So why don't we start just kicking off with a little bit of just like about yourself.
Mhm.
Like I said, you're kind of, stirring the pot a little bit, making a little bit of waves lately. But who is Damien? You're from Jamaica, right? Are you living there?
Abs- No, I don't live in Jamaica. I'm here in the United States residing now, so you know.
Where at in the US?
I'm in Virginia.
Yeah, very cool.
Virginia. Right.
Okay, you're not far from me.
Right. So we can get a workout in one day, man.
Well, it's when I say not far, man, it's driving distance, but yeah, yeah. Are you
There's
near like DC area?
close
Or
by. Also, I know where away.
okay, okay, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
in
I'm up
Fr-
in Pennsylvania, Western PA, so I'm probably about 4 hours from you.
Nice, nice.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
So,
so
go ahead.
yeah, as you all know, I'm from Jamaica. Been here from 2022, late 2022. And as you all know, again, I suffer from Crohn's disease, which is under control right now. And so I am here competing at the highest level in natural bodybuilding, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah, I'm just here trying to make some splash in the industry, man. Just started, as in starting back training. Since I've been, you know, released from the hospital, gotten the go ahead from the doctors. I'm like, bodybuilding is on my to-do list. I have to get back into it. I have to get back into the groove. And here I am, man. And, since winning the Yorton last year, 2024, I was like, okay, it's now or never. So the Yorton kind of propelled me a little bit more in the spotlight,
Yeah,
and, I post videos every now and then, but I'm not really consistent with it. So people really don't know who I am. Unless you come in contact with me or you go on my page and you see the direct post, you'll be like, oh, wow, you got a great physique. But as of late, people been catching on and, yeah,
yeah,
so.
absolutely. So, yeah, I have a lot of questions. So,
Well,
the Crohn's disease, is that what brought you to the States originally then?
that was one of the reasons.
Okay.
Because back home, it's not so, when it comes down to the healthcare system, it's kind of on the lower end. So and it's very expensive there, like really, really expensive. I had
Yep.
issues getting my medications on time. I just couldn't afford it. I exhausted insurance cards back home and it just wasn't working out. So the opportunity was given and I was, and I came. And when I came, I went straight onto the program and I can say it's been working wonders, man.
So, what was that process like, and what brought you to Virginia specifically then?
So I have family residing here. My mother, my entire family pretty much is in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So
Okay, okay. So they
yeah,
were already here then.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. So what was the reason for you being back Jamaica and then being in Fredericksburg?
No, I haven't gone back to Jamaica since. So it's just here. I've been here, and you know what? The opportunities are here. They're endless, and I'm just gonna stay. And I've stayed and sort myself out, and now I'm here, just pursuing what I long to pursue from the get go.
Which is
Yeah,
which is bodybuilding, or what else are you getting yourself into?
man. I do a little bit of everything, man. I try to. I'm a self-taught barber. I I do a little bit of singing. I these are just my little hobbies differently from gym. You get what I'm saying? Or competing.
Yeah.
You'd have to really get to know me to understand. But I'm very reserved. I'm very reserved. Try to stay as humble as possible, you know? So yeah, but back to the Crohn's. The Crohn's is really just an inflammatory bowel disease that affects the GI tract. It affects from the mouth to the anus. And so once you're in a flare, that can put you out for months, years if left untreated. So in my situation back home in Jamaica, that was the case. the treatment wasn't up to date. So it left me in a flare and it left me really, really ill for years. For 6 years, I couldn't train. I lost all the weight. I remember losing about 30 pounds in within like 1 week. That's how bad it was. It was eating me up, man. But with modern medicine and coming here, life changer, man. And I'm just grateful for that.
So it sounds like you've been pretty well managed since coming to the States in 2020,
2022, 100%.
2022.
Never had a flare, no symptoms. Everything has just been working out, how it should be.
So beyond the Crohn's, what's been moving to the United States been like for you? How's it
Um,
been?
at first it was a bit slow. Couldn't do much based on my situation, and but now things are falling into place. I'm not gonna say certain things on here now, but things are falling into place, and things have fallen into place. As you know, I'm competing and I'm getting my life in order. Looking for bigger things to happen in the future. So yeah.
And had you competed? You'd competed, I think, prior to coming to the States because I dug into your profile a little bit. I saw some stage photos from
Right,
back,
right,
was it
right. So
2016, 2018, something like that?
nice. There we go. So I have a bodybuilding competition history, before the whole diagnosis with Crohn's disease. I started training at 17 years old. I did my first bodybuilding competition like less than a year or a year after. Didn't place well, but the experience was what I went there for because I realized I realized that I had a passion or have a passion for bodybuilding. So I started pursuing it early before the internet was even a thing. I was on stage battling with some older men and doing pretty well, but didn't win any show. I've endured some major losses, but as time progresses, I became better.
Which I'll dig back into that. Which show was this your first season or the second season, or
Um,
or, or
so
preceding
this was 2016. So
2016?
yeah, 2016. That photo of me right there was 2016. I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2018. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, so these are the
that one.
photos before 2017. So, and then had a little bit of a lapse there in
Right,
2018
right, right.
before the comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so was the when you first came to the States after being, getting treatment, getting yourself well again,
Right.
when did you start competing again? Was that last year?
Yes, last year, March, I did my first OCB competition. Yeah,
Is this
last
one here?
no, that was in May. The Conquerors where I won my pro card in May.
Okay. So the Conquerors where you won your pro card there.
Yeah, that's where everything started.
And then you took it to the presidential, which is an amazing show, really
A
come up
hundred
over the
percent.
last few years.
One of the best promoters out there right now in the OCB, man. Bobby Covino. Big up to Bobby Covino for putting on excellent shows. And big up the OCB.
And what was it like coming back to bodybuilding after, you know, uh, having competed previously, having the health scare, and I'm sure you were probably thinking in your head, correct me if I'm wrong, like I don't know if I'm going to compete again, getting
Right.
on back on stage. What were your thoughts? What were your emotions, expectations?
I remember being in the hospital and all that was going on through my head is okay, I'm getting my treatment now. What's the next move? When you're feeling better, what are you gonna do? And bodybuilding was the only thing that was on my mind. I just needed to get back to that because I felt like I had some, unfulfilled desire for where I left off, and I just needed to pick up. And I didn't get the chance to prove myself back then because of the whole diagnosis with the Crohn's. And I'm like, you know what, this is my time now. So I remember asking the the the, the doctor about moving on into training, and the doctor was like, she doesn't recommend it. The gastroenterologist, he was like, nah, leave that alone. Talk to my mother about it. They were like, nah, and everybody was talking me out of it.
So
Nobody
you sneaking off to the gym quietly, not telling
quietly.
anyone.
Because when I was here, as I said, things weren't flowing the way I would want it to. So when it comes down to transportation and getting to the gym, I didn't have the resources to. So I remember walking, like for 6 months, I used to walk from home to the gym in the snow in the nights, back home, just to get to the gym. Because I had to prove myself and I knew what I wanted. When I asked for a favor, it was said, no, leave that alone. And I was like, I'm going to get it anyways. I'm very stubborn when it comes down to having my own way. Because I feel like when I think about my dreams and my aspirations and where I want to be, I know that there are going to be obstacles and people that are going to talk you out of doing or becoming who you really should become. They're going to say no, because they're not going to see your dreams the way you do. They're not going to believe it until you start to make it a reality. They're going to then see and be like, oh, wow. So everybody's going to be coming around at some point. But since everything has been happening, though, um, things started unfolding, transpiring the way I had planned, and yeah, I haven't had any issues, no flares. The doctor said I should have stayed away from it. My people weren't in agreement with it, but I went ahead and did it anyways. And right now I'm living, I have no regrets, and I'll do it a million times over again.
Oh, has you haven't had any issues throughout preps, dieting phases?
No issues, but I tend to watch the kind of foods. My food choices are a little bit limited. So so
What
even
does that
though,
look like for you?
all right, so even though vegetables, for example, are very we consider it to be very healthy,
Healthy, nutritious, yeah.
but yeah, those kind of depending on the type of vegetable too, it can cause some discomfort within my intestinal walls, and bloating and all of that. So what I have to do is like I create a food journal, and or I just based on my past experience with foods, I would know the type of food to go to and to stay away from. But I try to consume mostly, I try to stay on a carnivore diet pretty much where I consume mostly proteins. So chicken, beef, my fish. I do a little bit of asparagus and broccoli every now and then, but I realize whenever I eat the broccoli, I kind of feel a little bloated, as I said. I have rice. I can have I have sweet potato. So this is what my prep meals are like. Simple,
Yeah.
basic, nothing over the top. No cereals. I'll do a little bit of blueberries and raspberry every now and then. I can't have oats, no whole grain. So I just have to keep my diet simple and basic.
Gotcha. So you don't even have to resist the junk food, huh?
Junk food, I'm really not a big fan of it though. I'll have it every now and then. I try not to indulge. But I do have a piece of Popeyes or some Chinese food sometimes. Even after winning the Yorton a week ago, I went and I had a little feast, and then I'm like, you know what? Which other show I should do? I wasn't sure. I was gonna just end the season after winning the Yorton, but I'm like, nah. I think since you're in shape, you still can give it a run. So I saw the Mr. America, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should try that one out.
I love it.
Maybe I should try that one out. I know Jay Wright is the defending champion because
He
I've been
is.
seeing snippets and videos of him from the past.
I think
Very
he's
good,
won it maybe 4 or 5 years in a row.
which is
Yeah,
very very incredible, man. That guy's a beast, man. Trust me,
he is.
he is.
You
So I
seen him in person?
no, I've never met him, but based on what I've been seeing of him, he seems as if he's a cool guy, somebody who's very
He
down to
is.
earth, very humble, and that's what the sport is all about, man. Just you can be on top and still remain as if you've accomplished nothing. And that speaks volume. And he's a good representation of that.
He definitely is. Yeah, I've met him a few times. So yeah,
Good.
I'm looking forward to seeing you two battle it out because I think that's gonna be a hell of a matchup.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be one to witness. So you
Oh
guys
yeah,
better buy your popcorns and buy your live streams and tune in because I'll be kicking butt.
sir. And I'll get to see you guys live. So
All right, man. Sounds good.
yeah, yeah, we'll be
Sounds
there.
good.
But yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome. So did you sign up right after the Yorton? You made that decision then? Was it a last minute kind of?
It was a last minute thing. Because registration was about to be closed or pretty much closed, and I had to call a friend and say, "Hey, can you speak to so and so for me?" The friend said, "Okay, let me speak to this guy." This guy says, "Okay, this is what you have to do. Not supposed to, but go ahead.
Yeah, Mark
Let's
will
bring
get
some
you in.
fire to the stage this year." So I took the opportunity, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go put on a show for these people. And a lot of persons are gonna be there that I didn't expect to be there, who have competed with even at the Yorton. For example, Jamal, he placed second behind me
Hmm.
at the Yorton, and he's gonna be there. That's gonna be a hell of a show. I'm looking forward to that, man. Trust me, the battle will be sweet. It will.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
Crazy,
awesome, that's for sure.
crazy, crazy.
So obviously, I think I know your goals for that show. What are your goals generally, within bodybuilding, within natural bodybuilding? I mean, obviously you've checked off, you've won two Yorton Cups.
Right.
But I can tell you're kind of a like what's next kind of guy. So,
Always aiming for bigger and better. So I'd say, all right. So for now, I don't have anything major planned. I think I'll stick around in the OCB for a little while.
mhm.
I like the organization. I like what they've been doing and what they have done in the past so far. Kudos to them. Competitors are world class, top class, you know. Um, but for now, I'm really just trying to create a name for myself, trying to build a brand, a legacy, something that I can lean back on in the future. So I know doing natural bodybuilding for many seems impossible, and it's not a lot of hype surrounded by it. But the new generation of bodybuilders like myself is now in business, so we're gonna make a change.
Guys like you're doing things to change that, man.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna change it. The outlook on natural bodybuilding, where you look at a guy like me and you think, oh, he's on steroids. Oh, we will stop that stereotype. That ain't gonna work no more. Because we're gonna make it known that there are actually guys out there like myself that can actually do natural bodybuilding in its purest form.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, and if I showed you some of the, we have some of the, I'm running Natty News Daily. We have
Come on, man.
insights as to how much attention some of this stuff gets, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of interest around natural bodybuilding. I can assure you that. I know that there was questions, especially a few years back, like,
Mm-hmm.
but and guys like yourself are doing an awesome job creating the buzz around it, so
You
and
know,
showing what can be done.
100%, man. I just feel like when it comes down to the other side, and how they look at natural bodybuilding, thinking it's not even worse. Or like, what's the sense? I've had people in my inbox saying, so if you're at this level, why not take it to the next level and go compete against those guys? I'm like, no, why would I need to risk my health? That's why. And I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm not saying that I want to be comfortable where I'm at, but I'm just trying to strive to become better each day. And if that's to better myself in natural bodybuilding, that's what I'm gonna do.
I love it. So, question I have for you is you obviously compete in classic physique.
Mm-hmm.
What drew you to classic physique specifically? And like given, let me find a good photo of good well, a few photos of you. Given the physique you have, you obviously could do well in open bodybuilding as well. So, I guess a two-pronged question there that I'll just let you run with.
So, so when I started out as a teenager, I was only exposed to open bodybuilding. There wasn't any classic physique, no men's physique at the time. I was just thrown in the wilderness with the lions, or in the jungle with the lions or the tigers, and I had to just stand my ground. So growing up in bodybuilding, starting out, that's That's what I was used to, right? But when they introduced the classic physique division in 2017, I think, or 2016, that's the first time I heard of it, and that's the year when Danny Esther won the classic in at the
Hmm.
Olympia. I was following it up very well, and I'm like, you know what? I think this division would actually fit my physique very well, based off of how I know my performances are usually. And when it comes down to the open bodybuilding, I just never see myself pushing the limits like that. Especially when I got diagnosed, I was like, nah, I'm definitely not gonna go that route. But so
With
the classic,
conditioning or what?
um,
Or just more so like going into like open untested versus I guess I was more so referring to like open bodybuilding, like drug tested, like competing with Magnum and those guys.
okay. So if I have the structure for it, but I feel like with open bodybuilding, it it's a little bit, it's not as entertaining when it comes down to being a little bit more flexible with posing. I know you can be an open bodybuilder and still portray classic poses and do it well. But at the same time, I feel like the criteria is a little different. I feel like with classic physique, I can showcase who I am really. My stage presence is of a classic physique athlete. My structure is classic built.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So with added mass, maybe in the future I'll jump in a open bodybuilding show with Magnum, give them a run for their money. But for now, I think the classic physique division suits me best,
Gotcha.
right?
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest differentiators, that ability to, really be expressive with posing and display yourself in, a more artistic manner,
Mm-hmm.
which is very cool. I
Yeah,
always think that like in the natural realms, most guys that are really good in classic will
right.
do well in open, but
Mm-hmm.
not always vice versa. That's
Right.
kind of the way I see it.
100%.
Um, so, but
And
yeah, that's very cool that that perspective, that makes
yeah.
sense. Um,
And
so
the next thing with me not pushing the limits again with the condition that I have when it comes down to the extreme dieting and
yeah,
putting on too much mass, then to cut down, I think that will take a toll on my body. So that's something that I really had to consider and make, because with classic I don't have to get as big to be as competitive as possible. I know Magnum and like Levi, those guys aren't as big as the other guys over there, but at the same time, you have to bring this freak factor when it comes down to conditioning. And
yeah,
I can, but I don't think I need to push that limit, which is why I stuck to classic physique, where the criteria is structure, which I have, symmetry, balance, flow, stage presence, condition not too extreme.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think,
which is what the OCB is looking for these days, especially. I know some other orgs have a little bit differently, but yeah,
right,
that aligns exactly with how I
right.
know the OCB is.
Yeah, man.
Um, so 1 week out from Mr. America, is that do you think your finale for the year, or what are you thinking, or take it as
Let's
it is?
let's see if I manage to still doing at this show, and there's another show within my reach, and I can jump in that show, I probably will. But for now,
Yeah.
I'm really not sure. Probably shut it down after the Mr. America. Just go back into the off season, because I'm the type of guy who likes to improve. I feel like my improvements take place within the off season. And once I'm in prep for too long, I think the time is passing where I need to make the necessary improvement to come back stronger for the next season. So the longer I stay in season, I ain't gonna make no gains, man. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the Mr. America this weekend. I'm looking to really bring a decent package, something sharper, not too sharp. I don't want them to dang me for it. So I'm bringing something really good. So it can be as competitive against guys like Jay, Carolina, and those other guys in the. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So goal is to come in a little bit sharper then, it
A little
sounds like.
sharp, little bit sharper,
Okay.
not too sharp, as I said. Not too sharp.
Yeah, it's Jay. I don't know. If you see his quads are some of the most feathered and detailed I've ever seen. So
Well, I mean, having just feathered and detailed quads ain't gonna cut it though. I tell you that from now. You gotta come with a full package. You gotta come with the balance. You gotta come with the symmetry. You gotta come with the posing. Everything factors into one. So if you're just gonna beat me on quads alone, that ain't gonna cut it, man. Because I have feathered quads too.
I'm just stirring the pot right now.
I know you are. It's all right. It's nothing's wrong with hey, nothing's wrong with having a little bit of
We're gonna
rival.
have some fun.
Once it's
Yes,
healthy, it's good.
it's gonna be a blast. Yeah.
It's good, man. Trust me.
Yeah. So cool, man. I know that yeah, rather, we've got a little bit of a time crunch here. So
Right.
yeah, I appreciate you jumping on and um I mean I'll see you in a week here. So we'll be stage side. I'll see you. So
Let's go.
um
Ready. Let's go, man.
but before we kick it off, what might be we often like to leave a message to especially like the young viewers, and
Right.
I think especially your background with the illnesses that the with Crohn's that you've fought through. What would you leave as a message to a young viewer, someone just getting involved in natural bodybuilding, especially from your perspective?
All right. So usually what I'd say is, bro, patience is key. Staying consistent is key. Try not to compare yourself with others, especially on social media. Social media tend to put out a lot of fake news that aren't actually, reality. And you see something and you're just running with it. And again, stay natural. That's the best way to go. Health reasons, that's for one. Um, Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and take your time, build, you know? Stay within your lane and stay focused. Try to create something that works for you. You can have a person that you look up to, a mentor, ask for directions, ask for guidance. And trust me, man, everything will be all right. Just don't be fool about what you see on social media, right? That's all.
Instagram is not real life. I love that message. So,
I can attest to that.
Damien,
Especially especially when it comes down to bodybuilding. I've seen guys post some pictures, videos. Angles are very, when it comes down to Instagram. You post your best pictures and your best shots. I do that too. Come on.
we all do
We
it.
all
Yeah.
guilty of doing that. But the truth is, I'm not just for Instagram. Whatever I post on Instagram, I can deliver it on the stage. So nothing will change. So you see that I'm legit, right? And
Damn
that,
right. Mic
yeah,
drop.
man, might drop right there. Nothing more.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you taking the time, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in person and then seeing you on stage as well in a week here. We'll probably drop this maybe a few days ahead of the Mr. America. So yeah, man, I'm looking to see you on that iconic stage.
Likewise, man. Thank you for having me, man. It was a good conversation. So I'll see
Appreciate you,
you once I'm
Damien.
there, man. All right, man. Cool.
Thank you.